Hey there, Alan here to talk about James Lee Burke and specifically his latest novel, Clete. Now, I've been reading James Lee Burke for a long time. In fact, after I finished the novel, which was a buddy read with Michael Romeo, link to his channel below, I did I'm not going to say a deep dive, but I watched an interview that Michael Connelly did of, he's a great crime fiction writer. It was a great interview, and I watched another one that was from the Poison Pen bookstore in Scottsdale, Arizona. And I met Burke there in '93. He did a tour of Dixie City Gem where he drove a Cadillac across the country to different bookstores, and they mentioned that. And it was great because he's inscribed my books. I was in grad school and involved in a magazine. We took a picture of me shaking hands with Burke. It was, and I don't have a copy of any of the magazine anymore. It might be in a file cabinet in Phoenix, but anyway, so it was great to reminisce about like the old days. Because Clete, I recommend this book. I mean, I give it like I'll give 4 stars on Goodreads, but I wouldn't recommend starting with this. I mean, yeah, so many novels James Lee Burke has written. And he just won a Edgar Allan Poe Award. He's a Grand Master in the Mystery Writers Association. Now, this book I'm about to start reading appears in this book. They're doing a movie titled Flags on the Bayou, and it's a Civil War movie. This purports to be a Civil War novel. Really look forward to it. But let me, so, like, Dave Robichaux and Clete have they've been together since day one, and book one, and at this point, they both think that he takes care of the other. I mean, literally. Because they're both like alcoholics, like Clete practicing more than Robichaux. At least Robichaux stays sober for periods of time. Both very violent, both Vietnam veterans, both former NOLA cops, New Orleans. And I've 2 friends who live in New Orleans, one from high school, one I made who's a blues harmonica player who's currently in Europe on tour. I have a friend though, Gareth is currently in New Orleans. He sent me a bunch of photos today. Went on a swamp tour, saw some alligators, bought some harmonicas. Looked like he was having a good time. Some nightlife. I told him, hey, give me a oyster po' boy sandwich. That's what I like. So anyway, has a real flavor of New Orleans in it. New Orleans, you could say, is another character in Robichaux novels. But it's told from Clete's POV, which is unusual, and it's first time for it happening. But there's let's see, it's violent, there's drug addiction in it and fentanyl. They're all, I'm trying to talk about spoilers. There's kidnapping in it. And I just give a spoiler away. That's not a spoiler, really. Because it's a minor thing. They don't know what's going on, really. Some people are out to get them after Clete picks up his yellow caddy, his banana-colored caddy, excuse me, from a detailer that he knows, and And the fun pursues after that. He meets up with some kid hoodlums, gangsters. The Klan is involved in this. Burke does something with his writing that is really interesting in this one. He brings into it the 14th and 15th century, and that Clete starts having visions. He starts seeing things, and he starts seeing Joan of Arc in particular. And it goes on a spiritual quest. Well, he goes on like a dark night of the soul, if you would. It really does. Some other side plots, like I said, the kidnapping, not a major part, really minor. I shouldn't have mentioned it because it is minor. It has a really sentimental ending in a good way, meaning a real sweet ending that I didn't see coming. You'll see what I mean. If you're a James Lee Burke fan or Dave Robichaux series fan, you'll like it. And I'm looking forward to this. Flags on the Bayou. Yeah, it's a standalone novel. So, before I bid you adieu, I want to point out, do you ever spot typos in books? Typos, you read a line. I used to be a copy editor, and if you notice here on page 309, the paragraph starts out with, but neither Dave nor I worried, and it's just a paragraph, but it ends in an apostrophe or quotation. See that? Shouldn't be there. Shouldn't be there. Grammar Nazis unite. So, hey, if you like this kind of content, like, subscribe, make a comment. I'll reply back to you. Okay, make it a good one.